What's up mga ka-farmer? Welcome back to my channel and I hope everyone is doing well. It's been a while since I posted videos. It's because I've been so busy with handling other things. But today, we're bound to Bohol. No? As you can see, Light Ferry 88. Naabot na. So, we're going to Bohol, to our farm, to set up the overhead tank. No? Stay put. I'll share to you how I started the farm in Bohol. Alright guys, so we're here in pier number 4 sa Nungguanan sa Light Ferry 88. No? Going to Bohol to set up the overhead tank. A few of you might be wondering how I got through. So as a requirement, pwede ka, that will depend on the LGU that you're going. You have to ask the requirements, but normally there are one requirement to coordinate to get the letter of acceptance or travel coordination letter. You have to communicate with the focal person in that local government unit to get that mentioned letter. But that's before you have to have your negative COVID-19 test result, no, or RT-PCR test. No, I had mine with Red Cross and it cost around 2,078 pesos for the saliva testing. In most LGUs, the saliva testing is a valid test. No? But just make sure that it is accepted in the LGU that you are going to, just to avoid spending so much money. This cost me additional 2,078. Of course, I brought my business partner's vehicle, so we have to pay for the fee, which is around 3,500 plus a CPA fee of 200 pesos, including the driver. For the passenger, you have to pay 25 pesos terminal fee. Okay, you don't even have to stay in the terminal and you have to pay for that. I didn't pass through there. Well, yes, because I have a few things in the cargo of the pickup, so I need to have it scanned, no? So when I attempted to get inside the port, the guard told me to have all the items at the back checked. I recommend you can actually declare this ahead when you claim your ticket. Okay? To avoid all the hassles, you declare it ahead na lang, whatever you'll be bringing, so that you will be directly accepted by the guard in the port. And you can just wait at the port area for the boat to arrive. Now currently, I'm waiting for the go signal of the officer sa boat so that I can park the vehicle and I can board in the deck sa boat, no? Sa sunod ani, adto na ta sa Bohol mag-abot, okay? Stay put. Hello mga ka-farmers. Welcome back. So we are here in our farm in Dagohoy, Bohol. So this is our farm, as you can see. Okay. So this is around 4.5 hectares. No, majority flatland. Okay, sorry. So just a brief overview on our arrival in the port of Tubigon, our RT-PCR was checked along with our IDs. So when you arrive in the port, along with your vehicle, when you exit the gate, the 2 documents will be checked by the guard, just to ensure that you have complete documents. Before passing through, your wheels will be disinfected, and then you can move on to your next destination. So Inabanga is around 2 towns after Tubigon. So we're here, and the reason why we crossed from Cebu to Bohol is because our deep well is already done. So water is already available. We've made the testing and commissioning. So okay na ang atoan deep well. We are here to have our overhead tank footing installed. So arita, tanan na to. Okay, wait up, I'll show you. Alright, so doon lang ta sa footing sa atong tank. Muna si Boss Larry, ato ang kontraktor. Kaway, Boss Lar. Kaway ba? Larry Dinopol Builders ang ato ang kontraktor from Cebu. Ako lang post dili napita ang iyang number if you want to get in touch with him or tank footings. Okay. Kana Jimbo, kaway Jimbo. Imo tupad si klaro. Oh, Harold, pinaka the best frog hunter diri sa Daguhoy. Kani si Ricardo Dalis. Baker/Carpintero. Sakto ba? Sakto ba? Ay, piskon. Sorry. Okay, as you can see, this is the footing of our tank. Depth ani approximately 6 feet. Ang nagdukdok si Jumel. Si Jonel. Uyab ni. Oh. Jonel, girlfriend of Laila de Lima. Okay, so overhead tank footing. So naa siya ay braces. Or say tawag ka na, Buslar? Braces ba na? Or sana? Kanang sumpay diri every footing. Masa to na siya? Beam? Beam, ha? Beam. Okay. So ubay-ubay ang ato ang workers dere. 8 ka buok. Dito si Kuya Ronelo o giyang brother si tanganan imong kuya Marlon. Okay, kaway. Atong mga welders, sila mo in charge ato sa mga poste na to. So kana siya 1 full length of 1.5 no nga angle bars.
2x2.
2x2 di ay nang gigamit di ay ang support ra mo 1.5.
Oh, brace.
Okay, braces. Mo nila pabarog diri. Okay. So that's what we have been working on. That's why we came here to Bohol for the installation. Okay. To strengthen or prolong the life of your angle bars, mag-primer ka na, epoxy primer. You may use red oxide or black or gray depending on your preference. By the way, that over there is our farmhouse. So it's very important that you have a farmhouse where you can rest when you visit, along with your staff or your team or your farmers. Okay? So actually nindot dire. I love it here. If you can survive without internet, you will excel in this area, or you can excel farming. So if you're dependent to internet, that's going to be a problem. Now we're moving to our deep well. Okay, so ato sa ta. Alright, ni napay tuha diri to ang mga pinalanggang. So there's a pipe from our deep well nga ilang gilubong. Si sani John Rel Casimero. Okay, taga Daguhoy, John Rel. Oh, John Rel, mga celebrity na ito ang mga trabante diri. Kasi Jamil. Jamil the mouth. Okay, they're digging ilang gitago ang pipe kay some people will cross in this area here as a shortcut. Now, those are kita. Okay, so ilang gilubong ang ato ang PE pipe. It's because some tricycles, motorcycle riders will pass through that area there, and your pipe will be damaged or will have a short time alira maguba. Okay, so anata dere. So as you can see, the farmhouse is there. That right there is our jet pump. So you can actually install two types of pumps, either submersible pumps or jet pumps for deep well. No? So what we have is a 2 horsepower jet pump, very strong. Now the problem that we encountered with using that kind of power in the province is the supply wire. Sometimes household wires or standard supplied wires cannot be enough to power your 2 horsepower jet pump. So it is best that your location or your supply wire must be capable of supplying power to your pumps. So dapat you have to contact a licensed electrician to check if it's enough. Otherwise, just be conservative. The most common jet pumps used in deep well pumps in the province or in the provincial areas is 1 horsepower. What we have is 2, just to ensure that it can pump water from the bottom. No? When we dig this deep well pump, we had water at around 100 feet. So in the province, depending on your elevation, you have to anticipate how deep the water level will be. Now, some deep wells may have surface water at around 30, 40. So depende na ninyo, that will depend on your requirement. Okay, that's our deep well pump. That's just temporary. I told my workers to ensure that we will improve the casing or the housing of this jet pump. Okay, so that's it. So after the installation of our deep well or overhead tanks, and we can start plowing the area. Once we plow the area, we may start to plant our crops. In my previous videos, I've discussed that it's very important to have a water source. In our case, since we're far from the river, we need to have a deep well pump or government supplied water. However, we resorted to a deep well pump because the government supplied water in this area is intermittent. Sometimes it's off. No? It cannot supply 24/7. If you can recall the overhead dito footing, you've seen that it's quite strong, simply because our tank is capable of storing 8 cubic or 8,000 liters of water. So that's how big our tank will be, because we want to supply enough water for our crops. In this area here, this is around 2 hectares. We'll be planting calamansi in this area. 2 years ago, I was here to have this area tractored. As you can see, it's plain ready for planting. By the way, the soil in this area in our farmland is soft. It's black soil. Allow me to show you. Okay. Itom siya. But of course, before you plant your crops, you need to rehabilitate the soil to ensure that it has sufficient nutrients for your plants. Okay? Okay, so that's our visit here in Bohol. Before I let you go, I'd like to remind you that before you start planting your crops, you have to take note that you have to survey your area, because I anticipated a problem in planting without a fence. During the morning, a lot of our neighbors will allow their goats, cow, and their other animals to roam around our area. As you can see, there's a lot of grass or food source, no? So they will allow their livestock to roam around our area. Before you plant, I suggest you go door to door, visit them, and inform them that you will start planting your crops na, to avoid problems that these livestock will feed on your plants, particularly calamundin or lemoncito, or any other plant for that matter. If you can afford fencing, I suggest you fence your land to avoid them to enter. Now, on fencing, you have two options actually. You can use steel post or nets. For now, I've noticed that the steel materials is very expensive. It might have increased 50% from its regular cost. So the best option you have is to provide netting and then use trees or wood to fence your land before you start planting. So let's just stop here. Thank you so much for continuously patronizing my channel. Please like and subscribe, and if you can help me share to your friends who are about to start farming, I would appreciate it. Take care everyone, have a good day, and God bless. Bye.